As we all know, the Wave 1 DLC tracks for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, man, that's a mouthful, dropped this weekend, and there's a lot to talk about all over the internet. What I'm going to try to do today is rate and rank the tracks as objectively as possible to see which are the best and worst tracks of the first wave. I will be using music, visuals, and what I'm calling the Mario Kart Experience to rate every single track with some sort of consistent parameters. For music, I'm going to ask myself if the track slaps. Basically, do I find myself jamming out to it? Does it add to the kart racing experience? Like, does it make you feel you're part of the world? And how unique or original the piece is. For visuals, I'm going to look if it's graphically appealing to the eyes and how much detail they put into the track's environment. And for the Mario Kart experience, what I'm going to be taking into consideration is how unique of a track it is. Does it have multiple routes you can take? Are there any cool jumps included? How satisfying are the obstacles that appear, if any? And again, the overall track racing experience. Now, music and visuals will be rated on a 5-star scale, while the Mario Kart experience will be rated on a 10-star scale, since I believe that weighs much more heavily than the former two. I will give my thoughts on each track starting with music, visuals, and Mario Kart experience in that order. At the end, I'll put all the tracks in order from best to worst so you guys can see the official Ace Monkey Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave 1 track tier list. And let me know if you agree with it or not. I will try to be as objective as possible, but again, these are just my thoughts and opinions. If you believe a track should be lower or higher, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to read what you have to say and what you think. Now let's begin with the first track, Paris Promenade. Now the music in this track does a great job of evoking the feel of racing down the streets of Paris. However, to me it doesn't quite feel like a piece to motivate you to go fast and pass every single one of your opponents. Even though I don't think it fits well with the racing game, I can't ignore that's a very well made song and it kinda bops. Because of this, I give it 3 stars for the music. Visually, there's a lot going on and I love it. The buildings, the monuments, and the Eiffel Tower make it look all so great. One could argue that the buildings are a bit dull, but to me, it looks great. I gotta give it 4 stars. As for the Mario Kart experience, there are 2 different routes you can take, and at the last lap, you literally do the track backwards. Which, yeah, it's not a big deal, but it sure is something unique that I haven't seen in a console Mario Kart since I think GameCube, maybe? So that's why I gotta give it 8 stars in the Mario Kart experience for a total of 15 out of 20 stars. Next we have Toad Circuit. Toad Circuit is basically the normal racetrack found in every Mario Kart, and with it is a pretty good jazz song. Nothing out of the ordinary, but it fits with the racetrack feel that this course evokes, so I give it a solid 3 stars. Now visually, well, I don't really have to say much. I think all the internet has said enough about Toad Circuit. And yeah, I do agree. It is very plain, not very detailed. And the crowds right here in the stands, they're just paper cutouts. So yeah, I'm sure someone has already made a Paper Mario joke with that, so I'll refrain from that. Unfortunately, Toad Circuit visually just gets 1 star. For the Mario Kart experience, like I mentioned before, it's one of those simple courses, so although not a bad track per se, it doesn't have a lot going for it. It's fun, and for the type of track it is, it does its job. But I feel it still sits at a 3 stars out of 10, giving it an overall score of 7 out of 20. Next we have Choco Mountain, and I'll just say that the harmonica, banjo, and violin go hard in this track. Easily 5 out of 5 stars. Visually, I feel they did a great job upgrading Choco Mountain, especially the area with the falling boulders, plus the addition of the tunnel area feels great. I'll give it 4 stars. For the Mario Kart experience, I do give it 6 out of 10. It is a great track, but there really isn't a lot going for it. It is fairly simple and not many risks are involved. A good track and a fun track, so I believe 6 is where it deserves to be. This track also gets a star of nostalgia, which I'll explain later what this is and what's its purpose. So overall, it gets a score of 15 out of 20 stars. And now a fan favorite, Coconut Mall. Music, easy, 5. Visuals, easy, 5. Just check out these piazzas working the food court. For the Mario Kart experience, it gets an 8 out of 10. The changing escalators, different routes, and the challenge it presents makes it, in my opinion, an ideal Mario Kart course. 18 out of 20 stars. Now let's move on to the Lucky Cat Cup. We start off with Tokyo Blur, and the music is very generic. For a place called Tokyo Blur, I would have liked the instrumentation that relates more to the country of Japan. Or heck, maybe even something similar to J-pop or J-jazz? Maybe if that's a thing. For that, unfortunately, it does get 1 out of 5 stars. Visually, on the other hand, it looks great. The colors used really make the track pop out, and the environment looks great driving around. It gets a solid 3 out of 5 stars from me. Where this course excels is in the Mario Kart Experience. I gave it a 7 out of 10 stars because of the track's concept being so unique. Every lap it changes, thus making each new lap a new experience which I enjoy playing every single time, which gives it a solid score of 11 out of 20. Shroom Ridge takes place on a highway alongside a mountain, and the music that goes with it really isn't anything special. Again, a nice typical jazzy song, but nothing too much going for it. So even though it's a good track, I'll just have to give it 2 stars. Visually, I will admit it is very lackluster, but I will give it this though. Driving alongside the mountains, seeing the depths below, and driving in between traffic does give it a very summertime road trip vibe, which I'm all for, and because of this, I will give it a solid 3. As for the Mario Kart Experience, I'll give it a 5. Every lap, more cars are added to the road, thus increasing the track's difficulty. There are also 2 instances where you can take a shortcut, so it adds a little bit more depth to the racing. Overall, it's a solid course, but again, nothing too substantial going on with it. Next we have Sky Garden, and I need to say this once again, the music is very generic. And this track has a theme to it, so I'm surprised the team didn't cater it to be a little bit more airy or skyy, a skyy piece of music. So I have to give this music just 1 star. Visually it's pretty okay, but still pretty meh. I like the cloud theme and vines it has going on, but that's about it when it comes to visuals, so I'll give it 2 stars. And then to finish off, I'll give 2 stars for the Mario Kart Experience as well. I know this is a remake of a track that was on the GBA title, but I still feel it misses a lot of the Mario Kart charisma that a track based off the sky would need. And finally, Ninja Hideaway. Music, 5 stars. This is probably my favorite piece from the first wave of DLC. Man, that bass solo, oh man. Visuals, 5. This is a legit Ninja Hideaway. Every corner you find something new. First you enter what looks to be a dojo, then you're out in the Japanese garden, then on the rooftops. There's so much going on and I love it. And for the Mario Kart Experience, it gets a much deserved 10 stars out of 10. I try to find reasons to drop it down to a 9, but this track is peak Mario Kart Experience. There are so many routes you can take, shortcuts at every corner, and literal platforming. There is nothing more you could ask for in a track. Man, I just get excited talking about this. It's such a good track. I love it. And because of that, it gets 20 out of 20 stars. So let's quickly rank these tracks. Sky Garden is at last with 5 out of 20 stars. Next, Toad Circuit at 7 out of 20 stars. Shroom Ridge is at 9 out of 20 stars. Tokyo Blur at 11 out of 20 stars. Choco Mountain and Paris Promenade are both at 15 out of 20 stars, but Choco Mountain does have this star of nostalgia I talked about, so I'll take away 1 point, which puts it beneath Paris Promenade. So Paris Promenade is in 3rd. Coconut Mall is at 2nd at 18 out of 20 stars, and to no one's surprise, Ninja Hideaway to me and to many is the best track in the first wave, which I put at 20 out of 20 stars. And that's that. Although some tracks are objectively better than others, that doesn't mean that the ones at the bottom of this list are by any means bad, and definitely doesn't mean they are not fun. And because of that, I'm excited for the next wave of tracks that are coming to this booster pass. Man, this took some time to carefully put these scores together, but you know, I feel good about this list. I will be doing more of these videos for the following waves of the booster pass, so if you like this type of content, let me know by dropping a like. And if you like all sorts of Nintendo content and Nintendo videos, then you know what, you can subscribe and you won't miss out on any of my uploads. But that's all for today. Thank you guys for all the support. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm Ace Monkey. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.